Oh, let's get that. All right. Div up. Grab its chat. Confirm all of them are running. Oh, kind of quiet on my microphone. Headphone for some reason. Can you hear it working on Twitch? Picardo? Picardo was the one I was having the most problems with. It says it's live. Testing Picardo. Does audio come through in Picardo? Not sure if audio is coming through in Picardo for some reason. Oh no, it's just really badly delayed. Never mind. All right. Well, guess with nothing further ado, I will be participating in Global Game Jam next week, so I'm not going to be streaming next week. I, which is already great. I didn't stream last week because of schedule conflicts. So gonna be very on and off, as a lot of new things are propping up in my schedule this year. It's a very hectic, it's a very hectic time. But here it is. So some of the significant changes I've made since I've significantly fixed up um, the test run feature. So let's see if this runs at all. Oh, oh, that looks bad. All right, it was just loading its shaders, so that's not too. So yeah, let's open test new track. Sure, here it is. Then I click on test track. I got it working. Oh, neat. The controller actually works. That's I didn't expect that. Nice. We most things seems to be working. Start this add panel appearing should not be there. I'm a little annoyed that it is. I don't know where all the pauses are. Oh, I see where all the pauses are coming from. It's taking its sweet time loading the particle effects. I should just not let you yeah, I should just not let you drift while you're in the air. But yeah, so this is working as intended. Well, mostly working as intended. I'm hoping to actually get it so that you can drive on the flip side, so the bottom side of the track, which you can't do that right now. Uh, so yeah, that's like the next thing I'll work on to see if I can get it so that you can drive on the bottom side of the track. Then the second thing I want to try is probably not for this stream, but I think the second thing I want to look up is trying to figure out if I can add fences, not easily able to fall off like I am right now. And then a couple of other things. There are, I think the first two things I want to focus on is actually get rid of this add plane. Like this shouldn't be this bubble and this green thing. So that's the first thing I want to work on. Uh, so being able to swap is good. The second thing I want to do is sort of fix a few simple things. Like when you try to hit save, for some reason, like when I hit save, it says all files. I want to see if I can fix that. So get rid of this add panel as soon as they hit test track. Um, get rid of this all files and have it default to JSON instead. Then after that, actually figure out how to get it so that our poor vehicle is not falling to the abyss all the time when driving on the underside. As well as for that matter, respawning. I don't know what. Okay, so this bothers me too. You can jump really high after each playtest, and I don't understand why. Um, I was honestly debating on getting rid of the jump feature entirely, so that might just be my solution. um, because yeah, I don't actually like the jumping. It doesn't. I know it's an arcade game, but it doesn't feel right. This there's a weird. Pardon me. I'm a little bothered by how they like it align the side textures align properly, except for the checkpoint. So I might look into that too at a later date. Um, I think I know why it's happening, and in actuality, there's a lot of algorithms I want to change for the checkpoint. Um, like these, um, I do want to make it so that you can have like a pipe checkpoint, like similar to how I want eventually these parts to also have a pipe formation to it. So the way the checkpoints is generated is going to have to change to be much more similar to how the tracks are generated as well. So that's my thought process right there. Oh, this is not transitioning very smoothly either. That's weird. I thought I put in algorithms you can see the seam where the checkpoint starts. Oh, you can see the seam here too. Okay. So how the generator is being generated needs a little bit of help because you can see the seams and I don't like that. But that's a lot of work to do at once. I am certainly not going to be able to pull that off. The the actual algorithm on how the tracks are being generated, right now they're just curves and it's bad. I don't like them. I was hoping to add in some more extra metadata in the future and implement a more sophisticated algorithm so that you have a little more control over the trajectory of your movement. But yeah, in any case, there's a lot to do. I think so the first thing I don't like is that the add plane is visible. So I want to remove the add plane entirely when on test mode. So that's the first goal I have. The second thing I was thinking, so I'll figure that part out now actually before I even blabber further. Um, yeah, where's the add plane? I think the add plane uses so rear vehicle editable. They're like oh, it's still playing. That's why. They're like a 3D controls. Yes, 3D UI. Add plane. Alright, it's finally acting up. Add plane. Here it is. Okay, so it's checking to see the selected part. That's good. Um, Mode. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's a little. Um, that's the thing I want to edit. I will want to edit this too. So I do have a mode stack. Then there's just a current mode. Uh, which that isn't good. No, that is not great at all. Where's the mode stack? So it's serialized list. Um, and there's a push mode and a pop mode. Okay. So I could just drop in an iTrackable here and try to extend. Yeah, so it's gonna be a really awkward, whatever. Humbug. Load tracker. And it's complaining about a bunch of things. Things are not implemented. Go. Um, hmm. Maybe I can think of a better way to do. Yeah, I can think of a better way to do this. I'll just write up a new instead. I think that's actually better. Um, Mode paint arg. Last mode. Current mode. Or read only, by the way. Oh, I capitalize them here. Interesting. I'm not very a consistent person. I'm first to confess. Alright. Oh, I see how this works. Okay. That's the way I work. I'd rather plop that at the bottom file. There we go. Uh, Hash the last mode and the new mode invoke event. Hash the last mode. This doesn't work. No, wait, this does work. Okay, this was intended. Cache the we're about to back. Move the mode. Update stack. Don't even need to cache this. Oh, okay. Well, this should work. I think. I think so, yes. Editor dot on after mode change. Okay, so I need a little more sophistication, like an actual Boolean variable to indicate the visibility of this plane. Fair enough. I'll worry about that later. This is going to cause some problems on the controller. This. Good. All right. Remember to stay hydrated. Um, the playtest mode. Um, Activate this plane. That. Okay. So I'm thinking that update visibility. Interesting that as a. Okay, so I think it's gonna be easier if I just. Yeah. just one reference to bind to part. Got this. Two probably needs well. So this activate plane. Determine the visibility. If I call it track editor, so the editor, okay. So if the editor got selected part not null and editor dot current mode is editor root. Actually, I'm just going to make that even simpler. Does require the selected part to be that. I think at this point I might want to make this a switch for future proofing. Is switch then case if it's an editor root, then is visible is equal to true, break. Okay, so that's what it means by cursor. I had a completely different idea of what the heck the cursor was. Oops. So in theory, that should get rid of the add plane as soon as I hit the play mode. So we'll see if that works. We're taking its sweet time. I don't know why it is. Okay. Oh, it's visible now, but it doesn't know. Why is it visible now, but it doesn't know? Oh, there we go. That's much more like it. Um, Only by the fact that checkpoint is not selected by default. But erp is can test this and see that the add plane is no longer nice. Oh, oh no. Okay. Now we can just fly through this. Alright. And it's back. And it's gone. And it's back. And it's gone. Oh, oh, oh. Nice. And the tall jumps are back. Not sure. Why are the tall jumps back? I'm also not really sure why the smoke particles doesn't seem to work correctly. I'm a little by that actually. It seems like the shadow particles. Okay, so the shadow plane working, the shadow blob, that is good. Um, Certainly they now have a decal decal support for the what's the word I'm looking for universal render pipelines. I do hope to take advantage of that in the near future. So that's cool. I feel like the camera could slightly like lower because the fuel and turbo, yeah, the fuel and turbo um HUD isn't nearly as important. So like I can easily lower that, make it so that seeing more what's in front of you is kind of more important in my opinion than what's actually behind you, which is what the gets me being able to see more of the bottom on the camera would actually be useful for. Okay, I think I know why. That's strange. I thought it just deactivates the shadow. But yeah, the shadow has like a limited distance it activates. Okay, well, one thing at a time. But yay, that worked. That was a bug fix. Let's push that in. Oh, well, need to do that when this is Visual Code. Story has all this. So, works for me. All this works for me. Oh no, that's good. This is fine. I think for now it is. Like, where else is bind to part called? Initial state. If that's the case, it probably doesn't make sense to keep this around. There we go. Now that looks better. Removing add plane when starting playtest. Cool. Right, so next thing I wanted to fix was, and this is just minor, like covering minor now, this save should not have all files. It, so I need to figure out the documentation behind sucker. Thinking it's in track editor controller, probably is. They're just save. I guess there is just. Okay, well, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Um, Here it is. All right. So we have a track controller for file browser. That's the filters that show all files filter, then params. Okay, that is the reason. then puts in the params, whatever. Alright, so I think that solves that problem. Let's see what happens. There it is, JSON. And only provides JSON. Now this is really confusing as to why I did that. Yeah, something's going on. I'll figure that out. But we got rid of the stinking all files thing, which is good. That's what I want. Cool. Removing option all files from the file browser. Say that's good. Alright, that solves two of our problems. Right. So the next one is the big one. I want to make it so that there's something to track the direction. So here it is, out of bounds checker. Create out of bounds checker. Um, so there's something that should be affecting this vehicle orienter. So wondering what the best method for that is going to be. But yeah, so how does the vehicle orienter work? It's also the vehicle out of bounds checker. So this is the former stuff bound. It generates box collider bound vehicle in lake, checks a trigger. Does a bunch of other stuff. Okay. What does matter is the orienter part, location between tracks, if on point A, the endpoint, floor up, floor forward, floor down, distance traveled, track manager, virtual dynamic track part. Okay, that's distressing. Start track part, back part. Distance traveled, vehicle out of bounds checker. It has this closest bound, closest point on line. Tries to check the distance. Speaking of distance, I seem to recall the distance calculation was what was causing a lot of problems here. Not in these instances. on override ground move. Ecstasy ground detector. Update track. Okay, so there's quite a large number setting. What's setting this? So this is on update vehicle, it's updating for rotation, affecting the body rotations. Checking up performance. Where perform vector distance. Obviously, this is such old code that was not designed with a track editor, so I'm just like, how should I suffer with this? Okay, these are not getters. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna have to make some heavy edits to this, it looks like. Not the greatest thing to deal with, but whatever. Live with that. Ain't using tabs, please. There. Alright. Gonna pass that in first, because I know I'm gonna make edits to this. Um, Replacing spaces with tabs. So I don't want to change this too significant. My thought process right now is I want to get rid of privates default. Yeah, privates are all assumed by default. So. No, I changed. All right, so um, the way I seem to recall this works. Pretty crazy. Is so these track generators has a trigger generator somewhere in here. Start pre. All right, let's start with the orientation stuff. Um, pre. So this has this. It's a box collider. Um, it's not a trigger. Why is it not a trigger? Okay, well, making it a trigger now. Surprised it's not a trigger. Surprised it even worked. That's kind of strange. Now I'm scared. Is the live track part also a trigger? Because that should be. No, it's not. Well, that's really disorienting. Anyways, save that. Um, right. Orientation. Trigger. 5 trigger. Have the. Um. Oh, I trigger. track orient calculate self. Top orientation. Oh, right. Okay. So the orientation was intended to be a job um, for all the vehicles. That makes sense. I wanted to average. Um, so that's going to be interesting. How would I go about that? There are a couple of ways I could think of. Um, Going to start off with a really rough method, then later on, like single threaded method. Then later on, we'll in like a fixed mean look for jobs oriented method, which I'm just gonna have to restudy and um. But yeah, let's see how I'd go about this. Select debating on which one I want to do. I think I just want track part orientation calculator. Yeah, I guess what I want is track part orientation calculator, the vehicle orient store that. Updating, orientating apps, correcting apps, arguments. All right, so then I think I'm gonna do is vehicle orienter, be grabbing a reference to somewhere. vehicle has a static method. Here, there's vehicle orient. That's not it. Take that back. Try get vehicle. There we go. If vehicle, what what namespace are you? Project. Using project. Really? What names? Oh, you're into a project namespace. So just saying use would work. Thing we're directive. This is part of track, and we might want to avoid. Okay. Interest. Was there a thought process? There was. Okay. There was a thought process to make this thing. Because I assume this doesn't have. Okay. Um, something like this. Pardon me. What's going on? Why is it not liking that? Well, right. Prepare for some lots of switcheroo. Okay, so all of the years. And this, for that matter. See what happens if I do that. Probably not going to like it. Doing okay. Oh, I didn't want that. Alright, there we go. Uh, Dynamic track stuff, that is to be expected because this not take vehicle count. Obstacle particle. Where is obstacle particle? Auto scripts time. Yeah. What are you complaining about? You have it, it's right there. Not able to find it there. This one's able to find it. That's despite the fact that it's under... Yeah, it's under there, so... I don't understand the problem. It's there we go. Problem was the click reference. Uh, Track vehicles, track edit. So what's the problem with track right? All need